So Nvidia stock is selling off and investors are on the edge. Is now the right time to buy Nvidia, or is a bigger drop coming? In this video, I'll analyze what's happening with Nvidia, why the stock is falling, and whether this is a massive buying opportunity or just another trap in this massive tariff chaos. Okay, so first, why Nvidia is falling. And not just Nvidia, actually the whole semiconductor market is on the verge of collapse just because of this one stupid restriction. The headline of this article says, Nvidia stock dives as chipmaker sees $5.5 billion hit from surprise China chip controls. Now, let's read the article. Nvidia stock sank as much as 6% today after the AI chipmaker disclosed that it would take a $5.5 billion hit from the US government surprise new controls on its semiconductor exports to China. So now US has put more regulations on Nvidia's H20. So H20, the most modest chips which Nvidia could have sold using the loophole to China, is also now off the table. So Nvidia said in regulatory filing late Tuesday night that the US government informed that the company would require a special license for exports of its H20 chips made specifically for the Chinese market to comply with the US trading rules. Notably, no license for GPU shipments into China have ever been granted, given the US government's concern that the chips could be used to build AI supercomputers in the country. But the story has not ended here. Now, another analyst says that actually it could be not just $5.5 billion loss, the loss could be $10 billion. And that's because over the coming quarters, Curtis said that because the majority of the write-down is related to finished or partially finished goods rather than future supply agreements, meaning Nvidia will essentially have to toss out billions worth of now unsellable chips rather than simply canceling future orders. So what he's trying to say here is that there's already a projection of $5.5 billion of inventory which is sitting with Nvidia, but he says that it could be double the amount of these unselling chips. So this means that is a massive hit on Nvidia's revenue. Now, the article further says, Raymond James analyst E.D. Meals wrote on his own note, the restrictions on H20 chips comes as a surprise given explicit approval of the product by the Biden administration, and recent media reports that the US government was walking back from banning the product. So with this restriction, AMD, Qualcomm, ASML all got a massive hit. So this is for sure that all the semiconductor companies are getting a massive hit, even though ASML's earnings were not that great, and they mentioned in their earnings report that this is because mainly of the tariffs, even though the earnings were before the tariffs were even announced. So I don't know how tariff affected their earnings, but anyways, that's another story. So we saw AMD is also down by 5 to 6%, Nvidia is down by 6%. ASML is down by 3%, I guess, and Qualcomm at the time of recording this video is also down by 2%. So that is happening with the semiconductor market. Now let's talk about some key levels to buy Nvidia. I will not talk about any key levels here, sorry to disappoint you guys. My intrinsic value, if you want to know how we are calculating the intrinsic value or the key value to buy a particular stock, then please leave a comment in the comment section down below and I'll make a detailed video for Nvidia in this example. And that's our strategy, guys. So we discussed the strategy in our Patreon's community as well. So you're most welcome to join our Patreon's community. So anyways, so the key levels, I'm not going to show any fancy charts or something. It's just the strategy is simple, that we calculate the intrinsic value according to our assumptions, according to our future cash flow projections. And then if the stock price falls below that particular value, we are just buying. We are not trying to time the market, guys. As simple as that. Now, some expert opinions on Nvidia stock. So this is short-term headwind. So this definitely should not be ignored. And this is going to take a hit on the upcoming quarters for Nvidia. But let me remind you guys, Nvidia made around $130 billion in revenue in year over year, 2024, okay, fiscal year. And around 10 to 13% of that revenue was coming from China. So let's say $13 billion, okay? 13 to $17 billion was coming from China. So let's say now $10 billion hit, if it could take that hit. But we also have to understand that the other parts of the businesses will also flourish. So even if we take out that $10 billion away from the revenue forecast, then still Nvidia will be growing with a massive percentage. Now, many people are thinking it might also affect the margins, but we have to see that how it will affect the margins and how much it will affect the margins in the upcoming quarter. So I cannot give you any numbers right now. All I can say that in short term, yes, that is gonna affect Nvidia and all other chip makers. But okay, ASML is not a chip maker, more from the manufacturing side. They are making the EV machines. But what I'm trying to say is that these companies will indirectly get a hit as well. So in short term, yes, but in long term, if you're a long-term investor, then you should not be worried about it. So keeping some cash aside, when to put into the market is a good strategy. And these are the strategies which we discuss in our Patreon's community as well. So like I said, most welcome to join our Patreon's community, where we are discussing how to average down, how to read the earnings report, and how to become a better investor. So going all in this market is also not a good strategy, but also just coming out of the market completely and waiting for the best price to get in is also not a good strategy, because time again and again it has been proven that even if you miss the best 10 days of investment in like 5 to 10 years, your returns could be cut by half. So stay invested, but how to invest carefully and more consistently, that is quite simple, and this is what we discuss in our community as well. So that's all, guys, about Nvidia. I just wanted to make a quick update for Nvidia stock and why Nvidia stock is falling and why there's a sell-off in all the semiconductor market. But I hope you guys would like this video, and please use the comment section below to give me some more feedbacks, and if you would like to have some more content on any particular stock or company, and based on the number of comments, I'll definitely try to make a video. I'll see you in the next one. Until then, stay safe, stay healthy, and watch these videos, because these are some amazing high-tech stocks, high growth stocks, which could benefit in this stock market crash 2025. So see you in the next one.